Kirby, Kirby, Kirby. That's Kirby. No, but to an extent it's true. Because at the end of the day, when you do something, when you're doing something, you're doing it because you want to do it, right? And sure, there are other aspects to it. If you turn it into a career and you put your entire livelihood attached to it, then you might have different feelings than me towards the subject, of course. But you started doing it because you like doing it, right? That's usually a safe bet. So it's wiser, in my opinion, not to force the issue because it hurts the overall quality. When you just rush to get things out, it kind of... I wouldn't say necessarily it's noticeable, but it is... Come here. It is something to keep note of. Like, chat, I don't know how many of you actively watch things that are like daily uploads. Not daily, sorry, but more like weekly. Here's a fun example. Pokemon challenge videos. Pokemon challenge videos are one of those things that some people have managed to turn into a weekly series. Could you imagine every week of your life, you boot up Pokemon, you pick a Pokemon, and you just run through the game? Do I dare? Could you imagine doing that? Every single time. Now, if you're doing that many times a week, then you start to cut corners. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean you're gonna start abusing the shit out of speed up. You're gonna start abusing the shit out of save states. You're just gonna start abusing the shit out of everything because there's no way you can get all of that done in one sitting. It's just not gonna happen. Ow. And as a result, the quality falls apart because you've turned it into a weekly thing. You've turned it into a weekly thing, so there's no way you can actually have any quality assurance on it whatsoever. So it gets lazy. And you know what? People still eat that shit up anyway, so who fucking cares, right? Who cares? But that's just one example. Daily content is hard. Weekly content is hard. Come on. Come on. There we go. It's a person who is killing every Dark Souls 2 boss on New Game 7 Plus with every weapon. He's doing that every week, huh? If he's not doing that every week, then that's different. Pokemon challenge videos are just the easy example to make because there are people who just upload purely that. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Come on, this way. This way. A little more. A little more. Perfect. Alright. I guess I could have crushed Kirby, huh? I didn't even consider that. Yeah, but the more you do something, like if you just start working on things, not because you want to, but because like profit, then, and you know, creative passion definitely starts taking a back seat. But you don't let that show. You don't let that show. But you can tell. I think it's pointless to work on something that you have, on a topic you have no interest in. I think that's completely pointless. But, well, some things have been proven to work. Some people end up getting... It's like getting typecasted, I assume. You know? Like, there are actors who get typecast all the time. Like, oh, they played this character in a really popular role, so they want them in this role again. I'm gonna get his ass. Oh, I'm gonna get his ass. Yeah, give me that shit. But with content creation, it's kind of similar, right? It's like, oh, you're the guy who made that video, so that means you make videos on all of this. All the time. Of course. Which means you can never actually branch out. I didn't mean to do that. You can't branch out comfortably. Art is the same way. Art is the same way. You get well known for something, and that's your niche now. So if you ever lose interest in it, they're all dead. Well, that's good. If you ever lose interest in it, it feels hard to turn away from it because that was what got you all your attention. Chat, in my research, in my research a couple days ago, I ended up running into some art from an artist that I recognized, but I couldn't remember his name. Now, I don't really want to give you his name, not because I don't like him, but because, well, I don't know, this may feel a tad disrespectful. But anyway, it was an artist who did Toho stuff, and their Toho stuff was good, and then they decided they didn't want to do Toho stuff anymore. So I ended up finding their Toho stuff again by accident. And then I linked back to their Tumblr or their blog, and I was looking at it. I was looking at their blog, and they had their own original webcomic that they were doing. And I was like, oh, okay, so they are still active, and that's what I thought. And then I looked at the latest date. It was 4 years ago. Their last post of any kind was in 2020. And at that moment, I thought to myself, oh. Did they... Whee! They just stopped. I didn't see any information. And keep in mind, this was like their official Tumblr, so if there was anywhere to put information, it would be there, would it not? But no, just radio silence for 4 years. And I have no answer, and I'm not gonna go look for one. But it seems... Maybe I'm misreading it, and it'd be nice if I was, because it means that they're still around and they're happily doing art or whatever. But I imagine when you try to branch out like that, and you just never see any success relative to what you once were, it starts to get on you, you know? It can really get to you. Even though you tell yourself that it was never about that in the first place. Once you get a taste of that adoration from strangers, it's a hard thing to give up. I draw what I want. That's great. People like what I draw. That's also great. I don't want to draw it anymore. Well, I'm afraid that's still fine. But you gotta understand, there's a lot of people who come to know you as Guy for a specific thing, and if you stop doing it, then you're gonna lose a lot of support from people, and it's gonna make you feel inadequate. It's gonna make you feel like your work has degraded, but in reality, nothing's degraded. It's just you're trying to do something that you're not known for, and a lot of the people that you built up an interest in your works were there for the stuff that you were consistent about. So the longer Gold Waddle Dee, that's awesome. The longer you're in the game, the harder it is to get out. That, I think, is the takeaway from this conversation. That's what I think it is. But if you want to move on and do something else, that's your choice to make. If you let the lack of opinion, the lack of following for it, like there's all different kinds of things. People are different. Some people love the limelight. They love it. Some people don't care, and they just branch out anyway and do whatever they want. Think of variety streamers, for example. There are people who play variety, and they're fine with playing variety, no matter what. There are people who get known for playing a specific game, and then they want to branch out, or they don't want to play that game anymore, but too bad, asshole. You became popular because you played that game, so now you can't escape it. I think Northern Lion is an interesting example because Northern Lion is definitely, like, a lot of people definitely know him as the Isaac guy, right? Like, he's one of the biggest people in general, and he was really well known for Isaac. But, like, he is a variety streamer through and through. No doubt. So he can just not play Isaac anymore, and he's fine. Oh. No! He can not play Isaac, and he's fine. It's fine, because he's a variety streamer. But then there are some Isaac streamers who probably couldn't get away with the same thing, you know? They would probably be stuck. They would have to play Isaac for the rest of their lives, because that's what people know them for. And if they play anything else, then viewership tanks. And, well, again, when your livelihood is dependent on things like this, you don't have much of a choice. That's what's scary about content creation. But a lot of people... I think a lot of people consider this job, quote-unquote job, to be, like, all benefits. And I'm not gonna say that playing video games for a living is anything short of, like... Oh, well, okay. Please don't eat me, Mr. Eel. Oh, there goes Beetle. Alright, you fucking eel. I don't know if I could kill him. Anything short of playing video games for a living is amazing, but there are different aspects that when it is your job, you do have to. Unfortunately, you do kind of have to listen to what works, and you can't just do what you want, because that's your money. If the people who watch you, aka watch ads and support you financially, are not interested in what you're doing, you don't have much of a choice but to play what it is they're interested in, you know? But it can become another topic of passion, where it's like, if you don't want to play this game, and it's obvious you don't want to play this game anymore, but then you try to branch out, and by trying to branch out, it doesn't work out, and you go back to what you wanted to escape from. Some people can branch out successfully. I think some people can do that just fine. Oh, jeez. But it's hard. Think of Minecraft, chat. Think of the people who got really popular on Minecraft back in the day. Branch out before you get tired of it instead of doing when you get tired of it. Yeah, but sometimes people's passions are they just burn out, right? Like, I'm sure a lot of people who played Minecraft really liked Minecraft. They loved that game, but then there came a point where they were like, I don't really like it anymore. But this is so far into their Minecraft career that it's like, oh shit, now what? But it wasn't like they missed an opportunity, it's just they never felt like the opportunity was necessary up to that point. That's how it feels to me anyway. Perfect. Whoa. I don't count that much. I just do what I want to do. I don't think I count that much. I'm talking like big streamers, big streamers who have to, you know, they're financially dependent on these things. I want to kill that fucking eel. I don't know how. I'm missing a sunstone. I found the sunstone, but I don't have the rare keychain. People do get sick of things, either because just the way that they're being handled, they're not being treated, and so on and so forth. There's all. Oh, I saw that little hole in the corner, boys. I saw it this time. There's the rare keychain. My streamer can talk and play. Oh, well. Whoops. Terraria art. Maybe someday I'll check that game out. Maybe someday. I've heard of it. I have no interest in Minecraft at this point, so I've always kind of avoided it based on that. In my case, I like Toho a lot, and Toho has done a lot to shape my hobbies and interests and even like everything I do. It's pretty hard to say it's not a big point in my life, as weird as that can sound for some people. But for me, it is a big part of my life, and I don't see myself getting sick of it anytime soon. There are always people that come and go, and people do get sick of things. They'll be around for a long time. There's nothing keeping them in. Things don't interest them, so on and so forth. People have different levels of passion. And some people have no personality at all and just follow whatever the newest trend is. Their hobbies include whatever their friend group is into, and they have no form of identity otherwise. Dimension Mirror. Those people are a real joy, that's for sure. Hot and cold. Ooh, spooky. Oh, I heard there's tall mods and stuff, so... Yeah, I've heard of that Minecraft map, the Gensokyo one. I don't know much about it at all, but I would like to check it out at some point, if possible. Whoa! Whoa! Ow. Yeah, I want to check that out, but is it finished? I just want to walk around in, like, creative mode and, like, look at it all, you know? But I don't know if it's a publicly downloadable thing, or if it's even finished. Woo! It's not a floor. Yeah, I know about Terraria's Toho mods, I do. It is. Well, that could be fun. If somebody wants to help me set that up, because I don't remember how to set Minecraft up. I'm pretty sure I own a version that is... I own a version, but I don't remember exactly. That's all I can say. I own a version of Minecraft. I need someone to guide you. See, that's what I was thinking as well, right? Or like a map or something and just walk and take it all in. Because that could be kind of cool. Walls, boy. A wallet. Big boom. I have a real 3DS. It's right over there. And by over there, I mean it's in my hand right now. Right now, it's in my hand. Very good, yes. Real 3DSs do that all the time. Cha-cha-cha. I had it on Switch. I played it with friends on Switch. I don't know, that's when I got bored of it. There's options. There's good options for Saturday streams, chat. Good Saturday content, for sure. Although right now, the big Saturday content is just reading Lost Word and crying. And by crying, I mean having a good time, because there's nothing to cry about at all. Alright, I see what I must do with my 3 rockets. Done. I also have Google translated Tuhus. That was very fun to do. We got stuff, all right. We got stuff to do. But like Vinny, the weekday is just the weekday is kind of just whatever. I have stuff I want to play. I like the idea of having a dedicated weekend day to more like special one-off type stuff, because you know it's fun like that. But I do it on Saturday because I want my Sundays. Because I love Vinny Sunday streams, which there will not be one this Sunday. That's okay, though. Food. Anything up higher? 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 No. There's all kinds of things. Ow. There's all kinds of things I can do that I don't even know about yet. I like this ghost core though. And Dream's also kind of a Saturday thing right now. I don't know if I'll promote Dream to be more weekdays. I'm kind of fine with it being... like Saturday only at the moment. Game is big. There's a lot in that game, and it is definitely like a 1 chapter per thing. And if I do it 1 chapter a week, then it's gonna take a while to finish it. But also, it's also a game that once it's over, it's gonna be sad. So I don't want it to end. Yes, give me the big nut. Give me the nut. Oh, I can eat them. I can't eat them. I'm gonna eat them. It's like Luigi's Mansion. Which, by the way, the game's coming out. Luigi's Mansion 2 for the Switch. And I am not even remotely excited. I'm gonna be real with you, chat. I like Luigi's Mansion 1 a lot. Luigi's Mansion 2 is just not the same. As far as I'm concerned, that is not a sequel. That is a full-on reimagining. And it is not Luigi's Mansion that I like. So, it's not my game. I had no interest in 3 either. I had no interest in that. Eat the books. Not even a little bit. I did play Dark Moon, though, on 3DS. And I got bored, because I was doing mission-based gameplay and I couldn't find the secrets that may or may not even existed in the level yet. Maybe the game was actually great, and I didn't give enough credit. But a big thing I actually did like about the original Luigi's Mansion was the ghosts. Like, they were just people. It was very weird. It was very weird and unsettling the entire way. You even got lore on how they died and shit. It was crazy. But then in Luigi's Mansion 2, it was just like... Oh. In Luigi's Mansion 2, it was just like, oh, he's a ghost. Whoa. It didn't feel that exciting to me. That's all. The weird nature of all the original Luigi Mansion ghosts was a lot more interesting. Bro died. Now I have devoured the windows. There's a dead baby in LM1. He was born dead. Which, as a kid, I didn't really think of the implications of that at all. Like, oh, Chauncey was born a ghost. Okay, haha, because he had ghost parents. There are different ways to have a baby be born a ghost. And when I thought of that, I was like, oh, that's not good. There's a picture of Mogalore in the background. It's a cool little room. Chad, I don't see the rare keychain in here. Unless I can go in the painting. No. Shit. Hey, anyone know where the rare keychain is? We're gonna have to come back in and find it. Oh. We're not done the level yet. Stupid asshole. Oh, okay. I like the noise Kirby makes. Come on, Mr. Ghost, just get in my belly. Get in my belly. Bro is not out of objects. Oh, look at that. A very recognizable thing. Not as scary as the one in Mario 64. Horrifying. Well, there you go. Alright, let's go back in. There was Mr. Lugs. Mr. Lugs used to scare me. That dude literally just ate. And his description... His description was like, he just ate himself to death, and then he still wasn't satisfied. And I was like, that's horrifying. Motherfucker ate so much he died, and then he was like, me hungry. Like, how can you still be hungry after that? Axe Knight. The small keychain. The fortune teller spooked you? She's like the only non-hostile ghost in the entire game, bro. What are you scared of women? Is that what it is? The cut goes from 1. Okay, where's the keychain? So I know where to stop progressing so I can grab it. Scary mask? Okay, kind of. Women are scary. Second mirror room. Okay. You know who kind of scared me? Soup P. She kind of scared me. You go in her room and you get this like creepy sound effect where she's like, do not disturb me. And I'm like, holy shit. And like the entrance to her room is like, it's sealed off. It's really, it's a secret to get there. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? But then you just make her wet the bed, and then she throws her weird clown dolls at you, and it's like, okay. Well, this is the first mirror room, so I'll just operate on the assumption that I know what I'm doing. Hasn't failed me yet. Gets spooked when the light on the Game Boy Horror turned red. You mean when you found a boo? Oh, dude, you know what? No cap. Oh my god, streamer. No cap. I got scared of the power outage. The power outage at the beginning of Area 4 scared me. Because the idea that nowhere in the mansion was safe anymore and it was all dark was just horrifying. And I didn't know how to turn the power back on. I didn't know. Like I ran to the basement to change it right away, and then it was locked, and I was like, well, why is it locked? I don't know how to turn it back on. And everywhere I went, there were ghosts, and I was like, I hate it. I hate it because it's not safe. All the toads are gone. Whoa. You guys ringtone jump scared me? Bro, that's crazy. It goes, did it, and then it starts playing the theme song. Alright, it's in this room. Chat, did I ever tell you about the crazy playground rumor from Luigi's Mansion that I had heard from a friend? The absolute made-up bullshit that he fed me that I totally believed. Just for the sake of trying something new. It was very stupid. Alright, so anyway, here's the story. So, you'll notice right away what the contradictions of the story are, as I'm sure most people would. But, basically what you do is you go to the room, you go to the room that you catch the Clockwork Soldiers in. Oh, I saw that for a second. I don't want that. There we go. Thought something was strange about that, but I didn't see the prompt until, like, just there. Alright, we got it. Now let's move on. So you go to the Clockwork Soldier's room after you catch them, and then you have to... And then you have to shine the flashlight a bunch. Like Morse code. Oh. And then eventually one of the ghosts in the vacuum will talk to you. And he'll tell you to go to the Soupy's room. And then you scan under the bed and it activates a secret area with a bunch of blue ghosts. And, well, the first issue with this is you can't use the flashlight in lit rooms. So, yeah, that's kind of impossible. And immediately after figuring that out, which, granted, took a grand total of 3 seconds to realize the issue with that, I realized he was full of shit. How about that, huh? How about that? It was just full of money ghosts. I was like, fascinating. Money ghosts. But you know, it was just something fun to try because it was an age where playground rumors were all you had. You know, when I was a kid, chat, there were so many claims that Animal Crossing for the GameCube had a shark you could catch that was worth 20,000 bells. There were so many people who would claim that. And then in Wild World, it was actually true. Yes, Waluigi was a thing. Luigi's Mansion was a GameCube game. Waluigi debuted in Mario Tennis. Specifically as a partner for Wario. And Mario Tennis for the 64 was 2000. I never owned Mario Tennis. I just know this lore because I like Waluigi. Come on, bring the pot down already. I think Mario Tennis is one of the last Nintendo 64 games, based on the fact that it came out in 2000, but I don't know the library at all. Pro Evolution Soccer. Ronaldo 64! Finding secrets in games was fun. I mean, it's still fun today. The problem is a lot of secrets are data mined, and if you go on the internet, they get ruined for you. So you have to actually treat the world like it's the 1990s again. Ow. When playing a new game, so you don't accidentally spoil yourself. But there are still plenty of secrets in video games that are fun. Do I know about the Waluigi Toe game? You do know, of course you know, I watch Vinny, right? You do know this. How could you ask me that question? My mom brought an Xbox console that had a ton of ROMs on it. It was funny as fuck. Does he know? I don't know what you're talking about. UFO Kirby. Why is that a rare? I know about the Waluigi foot game. I couldn't believe it was real. I still don't believe it's real. I think somebody's fucking with me, to be honest with you, but it seemed like it seemed legit to an extent. Which is even more confusing, because why would you ever make a game like that? I remember when I got my Wii, my mom got it from secondhand from somebody. I have no idea who she got it from, but it came with Wii Sports, as all Wiis do, Had a couple remotes, some accessories, and Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2. That was my first real Wii game. And man, that game was broken, but it was fun. Oh. I want that. Give me it. There's a lot of, there were a lot of bootleg consoles. Bootlegs are fascinating to me because they were a means to get things to people who couldn't really access. Because I'm pretty sure in Brazil, is it Brazil? I think it's Brazil, where video games are fucking expensive. Like, that shit is hella expensive. So bootlegs in that fashion are just like expected because then you can actually fucking play them. I'm pretty sure it was Brazil that had that. All of South America. Okay. Yeah, so you guys had a ton of fucking bootlegs. Yeah, perish. Rails was one of the cheapest in comparison. That I did not know. Another keychain to the collection. Ouch. Well, piracy is something that happens everywhere. That makes me wonder how South Americans feel in general when North Americans get on their high horse about pirating. People love to get on their high horse about that. I remember that this isn't the mirror world. Oh. Now, unfortunately, it's impossible to have any discussion on something like piracy and have it be civil. Oops. That's just how it is. But, like, there are reasons why people pirate things. And in your case, where it costs $1 million fucking to play official games, yeah, people who want to play video games do end up having to resort to piracy. An R4 cart. Is that one of those carts that you can load up like ROMs into and play on a DS? Because I knew somebody in high school who had like a flash cart that had a bunch of just DS ROMs on it so he could play them on actual hardware. It was neat. Ow. That is what it's like? Okay. Yeah, okay, I figured. Had a feeling. That seems like the way to go, so let's go up. Secrets, secrets, and secrets. Nice. Didn't know it was piracy. Well, I mean, it is what it is, right? But there's, like I said, it's impossible to have a civil discussion about piracy. Ow. Stone Luigi! I'm a stone! Piracy is a lot preservation. Alright, here's my stance on piracy because I'm sure you're dying to know. When there is no way to play the game anymore, then yes, I can understand why somebody would pirate to play it. That makes perfect sense to me. When people want to play a game and they don't want to... Okay, so this is an opinion I saw in a Twitch chat before. And the idea was that you shouldn't have to pirate old games that aren't available officially anymore because you can just buy them secondhand. And that has got to be one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever read in my life, because why? Like, that you can tell this opinion comes from a very privileged individual. Imagine, chat, if you will, where you have your Nintendo DS, except you don't have a Nintendo DS, so you have to get a Nintendo DS. Now, I'm sure you could probably find a Nintendo DS for, what, 50 bucks, 100 bucks? I don't know how much a fucking DS costs, but let's say you want to play the esteemed, critically acclaimed Pokemon Heart Gold and or Soul Silver, and you decide you need to go get a copy secondhand, because they don't sell them anymore officially. Well, that's like, that's about $250 for a copy of that game. So, okay, so you want to play Heart Gold? Cool. That's going to cost you upwards of $300. And that's just how it's going to be. It's going to cost you a lot because the game has inflated price value. Now, the part that really gets me is the idea that the secondhand comment, as if when you buy something secondhand, the company that made the game originally doesn't even see a single cent of the profit. Chad, if I buy Heart Gold from the store, then yes, the Game Freak is going to see profit. If I buy Heart Gold from eBay from some guy who bought it years ago, Game Freak's not seeing a cent of that money. Some jackass who's overcharging me is seeing the money for that. So what kind of fucking argument is it that you can buy it second hand? Oh, don't pirate, it doesn't support the developers, but you should definitely spend 5 times the retail price to some jackass. Because, you know, you can buy it secondhand. What is that? Culture Kill Dev said that culture shouldn't exist only for those who can afford it when someone pirated his game. That's a based-ass line. Holy shit. Anyway, so that's my opinion on that. If you want to play a fucking Pokemon game, and let me tell you, you remember when Toho had that whole debacle with piracy? About a year or so ago? Do you remember that debacle? There were people crawling out of the fucking woodwork who I'd never seen before on the prettiest horses you've ever seen, telling people that, oh no, you shouldn't pirate Toho 6, you know. People pirating Toho games, Lamau, why don't you just go on a foreign website and buy it secondhand and ship it internationally? Then you can get into Toho. I couldn't fucking believe the audacity of comments like that. Imagine thinking to yourself, oh man, I heard of this Toho series, how do I start? Oh, you Google it and then you download it and you play EOSD. It's a 20-plus-year-old game. And some asshole thinks, no, if you want to get the Toho, you gotta find a fucking, go to Melon Books or whatever the fuck. Find an ancient-ass copy of actual hardware of a CD disc of the game so you can play it on your computer on a foreign website and ship it internationally. Then you can play EOSD. Then you can check out Toho. Do you know how many people got into Toho through pirated copies? Do you know how many people got into that shit through copies like that? Do you know how many people then went to go and purchase the game officially from things like Steam and when they were released at Reitaisei and Comiket and such? These people who came out of nowhere and were like, man, it's not hard, just fucking internationally ship a 20-year-old game if you want to get into a series you are vaguely interested in. I couldn't believe it. I could not fucking believe that. That is the stupidest thing I'd ever read. I have since bought almost every Toho game available on Steam. I have played every Toho game through means of piracy, but I have bought a grand majority of the ones on Steam at this point in time. That's a lot of money I've given, just so you know. But the idea that if you want to play EOSD, IN, or PCB, you have to get a physical copy secondhand is baffling. Absolutely baffling. If you like the series, that's the kind of thing you do if you like the series and you want to support it. Or you not even support it, but you want to own an actual physical copy. That is not something a rational human being does if they are vaguely interested in a series and they want to play the most popular games and most influential in the fan culture games of the series. Yeah, Zun did lose the source code. Zun lost the source code for 6, 7, and 8. That's why they're not on Steam. Now, he does have the code for POFV, so I don't know if POFV is the same as PCB and IM, but I have to assume isn't, because how could he not put 6, 7, and 8 on there if he didn't have the code for it, right? You know, Christian, for example, Ace Attorney Investigations 2 did not have, never got translated. There was a fan translation project. He played the fan translation when it was finished, and then what did he do? He actually bought, like, a copy of the game. He bought an official copy of the game, after he played the fan translation. How do I do this? Oh, it's because that asshole's on it. Get off it, fucker. Get out of here. Hollow Knight is on Steam. Yes, I know. I bought it on Steam. There we go. And you can buy it again. True. Now, having said everything that I just said, I do, however, think that piracy has a limit to what you shouldn't be doing with it. And I think the whole Yuzu fiasco that happened a while back is a prime example of the do nots for that type of thing. So if you don't know what exactly happened with that, Yuzu got its hands on Tears of the Kingdom early for Yuzu, and they put it behind a paywall. So they gave a very large incentive for Nintendo to take legal action, to say the least. Actually, I like Whip. It was not well handled, no. But a lot of people just, for some reason, they just chalked it up to Nintendo being assholes, as if Yuzu didn't just, like, immediately paint a bullseye on their back and go, hey, shoot me. And then when Nintendo shot, everybody looked at them like, how could they do this? But that's what happened. So, I don't think it's good to pirate games that aren't out yet. That's pretty bad. I think it's not very good to pirate, like, newer games in general. But I have absolutely zero issue with people pirating games that are, like, older than me. I don't think there's any issue with that. And the way I see it, most of the time, the majority of the time, obviously there's people who pirate everything because that's just what they do. That's just who they are. But I find the majority of the time, people who do pirate do end up buying the game anyway to support the game. And there's a lot of indie devs that I've seen that also have situations like that, where they're just like, yeah, okay, if you pirate the game, whatever, it's fine. We just hope that, you know, if you like the game, you'll consider supporting it. I know there's that relatively new game, the Save the Princess game. I saw a post about that, about the dev was like, he was just really confident in his game. It's like, yeah, if you want to pirate it, fucking go for it. Just if you like it, then if you like the game, then consider buying it officially. And it's like, yeah. And I find that when more people's stances on piracy is more relaxed, a lot more people are nicer about it, you know? I just find, like, if they're not gonna be hard asses about it, because people don't like being challenged and told what to do. So when you have people who go way too hard on the do not pirate this, then some people pirate it just out of spite. They don't even want to play the fucking game, they just do it out of spite. Well, I'm just gonna put this here, I guess. Goodbye! But like I said, there's always going to be bad actors in this sort of thing. There will always be people who just pirate everything because they pirate everything and they have no remorse. That's just you can't really control that. But I just don't think piracy is as black and white as people try to make it out to be. That's all. Bad actor, not bad apple. Because a dev whose pirated version of the game was made to be better than the official release. How did that happen? That said, I think anti-piracy measures are fucking hilarious. Getting people on that was mad funny. Anti-piracy stuff was mad funny. Especially if it's not inherently harmful. Like the Game Dev Tycoon one, I think is very funny. How anytime you make a game on a pirated copy, the game's just like, hey, you made 0 money because everybody pirated your game. And it's like, but it's not mean about it. It makes a joke, and it's like, man, kind of makes you have to think about it. And then there's the Earthbound one. The Earthbound one is my favorite because it is unapologetic. It makes the game ball blisteringly difficult, and then it kills your save file at the last part of the game. And it just doesn't tell you why that happened. And if you go like, hey, the game did this to me, what happened? Then they got your ass. They got your ass. Only one way that happened, brother. Real sad boy hours. Alright. Watch this. Eh. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. My streamer is an idiot. Oh, wait. 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 There's possibilities. Possibilities. Come on, Kirby. Working on throwing arm. Why he so bad? I fucked up. I acknowledge that. School Days anti-piracy measure was ransomware. Yes. It was ransomware. If it caught you, it wasn't School Days though. It was Cross Days, which I believe was a game made by them about cross-dressing. But that one like actually just took a picture of you, and it was like, hey, whoops. Oh, streamer, you're a jackass. Just put it here, you fucking idiot, and then lower it. You had to publicly admit that you tried to pirate their game, and then they would let you go. Which, kind of funny, very illegal. Very illegal. Anti-piracy is not really a thing nowadays. I think it's just because emulators are so sophisticated that they get around all the checks anyway. So there's no reason to even like put the time into it. Give me your stuff. But they were definitely a relic in time. A funny one too. Bring him in, bring him in, bring him in. Yes. There you go. Rare keychain. And the sunstone. Yeah, now it's extremely invasive anti-piracy. I didn't mean to give it my power. Extremely invasive, borderline illegal anti-piracy. That's always fun. You don't understand, it's to prevent people from cheating in a single-player game. You want to prevent people from cheating in a single-player game by using a program that can borderline give admin privileges. I see. Meow. The Sonic fan game that did that? I don't remember the name of it, but yes, I do know what you're talking about. There was a Sonic fan game that it did basically like DDoS people. But for I forget what the situation was. It was a nice looking fan game, and then the creator was just a complete fucking dumbass when he did that. Mox. Roly-poly. Snooter! It was a Sonic fighting game, yeah, and it looked good. But then, yeah, the result was that. Marx is 1/2 of Flandre. I don't remember the details. There's probably a video on it somewhere. But yeah, that was a thing that was talked about. Googling anything a hacker, cheat, or something. Didn't have anything to do with the fan game. Oh, well, it kind of did. I mean, it wasn't a trigger because when the game is open, it's looking for that information. Because I've seen that before. I have seen that before where it's just like the game itself being open detects certain keywords and it reacts to them by like closing. But in this case, it didn't close. It just got your information. That reminds me of Kanito Pet. How Kanito Pet, like, actually, like, it's a horror game, and it's not inherently malicious itself. It's just like playing the role of malicious, which is neat. But you can also play it on a streamer mode. And if you don't play on streamer mode, it actually, when you put in your address, it's like, and if you lie to it, it's like, no, that's not you. That's not your address. And it will forcibly, like, Google your location. But if you play on streamer mode, if you put that in, he says he knows you're lying, and he knows that people are watching you, so he won't do it. But then he very grimly reminds you that he does know, which is like kind of terrifying. It's like how in DD Doki Doki, if you have a recording device active, Monica jump scares you, which I didn't know about because I played that game on my own. Oh, I kind of wanted that. I found out later that was the case. What a very sophisticated game that one was, huh? Ely boy, big yum yum. I was gonna bring up DDC. DDLC, different game. Kanito Pet was fascinating. Nexpo did a whole video on it. Because I watched Vinny play it, and he kind of took the piss out of it. But Nexpo's video was... It explored more, like, the stuff that Vinny didn't end up playing. And it's a very neat game. Because it really just replicates the, It replicates Bonzi Buddy as a horror game. I think it was well done. Has anyone ever made that joke with double dealing character? Just dressing them up like the DDLC characters? Oh, you'd be the first if you wanna. Need to find the rare keychain. Sounds like a lost word event. Well, could it be? You could replace Sayori with Bonky, so when the thing happens, it's all just a gag because you know, it's just a gag. That's all. Free shit, Captain. Natsuki be more appropriate? Oh, but she's like really buff, dude. Oh. Oh, not that great. Her hairstyle matches, but I couldn't tell you. You'd have to ask him. He streams. You actually you couldn't ask him. One of his chat rules is just do not interview him about DDLC. It's like I can respect that. He is tired of questions with that series. I get it. Ow. Oh. Yeah, here they come. Rewards! He speedruns Yoshi's Story. It's an SGDQ. He does all melons. It's actually a very sophisticated and tech-heavy speedrun, and I actually recommend you watch it. If you're not interested in watching him run it on his stream, then I do recommend you check it out when it goes on SGDQ, because it is crazy how much APM goes on in that game when you're good at it. Bro, I don't even like Circus. Yoshi's Story is a very strange game to me. It's not a baby game, but it's dressed like a baby game. It's dressed like a baby game, but it's far from one. My favorite is how the first level is Shy Guys and some guy whose name is like vaguely racist, depending on who you ask. What's this guy's name in the first level? Oh, the guy with the sign, his name's Pachyderm. What now? Pachyderm, that's his name. Pack-E-Derm. I see. Look, some people be afraid to tell you that. It's the fucking name of a Yoshi Story enemy. And they're like, I don't know if I can say this word, man. Kinda dangerous. That's his name. Look it up. He's got a trophy and everything in Smash Bros. I don't know why that'd be racist. Because of the word packy. Pack that E. That's all it is. Oh wait, I need to do this. You know, if I get in trouble for explaining this to you, you owe me money. Just letting you know. Oh, I see. I see, I messed up. There we go. Okay, I got it this time. Son of a bitch. This is good music for this. Though that goes so fast. God damn. Whew. Thank God all I had to do was hold it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you see in Yoshi's Story, every level has exactly 30 melons, and there's a bunch of challenges attributed to, like, getting them. So, like, actually getting every melon in a level is kind of hard. But otherwise, the game is pretty baby. But no, what I like about it is, like, the first level is like, oh, Poochie's here, here's some Shy Guys, silly, haha. And then the next world is immediately Skeleton Dragons or Blarg's Boiler. And I love Blarg's Boiler because there's an enemy in Blarg's Boiler that's just it's just a fireball spirit that jumps out of the lava and moans. Oh, it's like, oh, I'm playing the cute baby game, right? Yep, I was until just a moment ago. That spirit thing fucks me up. It has no reason to be in the game. It's scary, man. It's actually scary. It's like a fucking spirit of the damned. Cherries. I don't need cherries. I want flan. Poor fucker died. Bonker DX. That hurt. Idiota! Alright, big hammers. Job done. Oh, some melons are very easy to get. They're just in bubbles and stuff, but others are tied to mini games. Others are tied to the sniffa mechanic, where you have to sniffa the whole fucking level to find them. Some are tied to obscure things, like grabbing all the coins in a certain location. Like, it's ridiculous. It's truly ridiculous. But what I like about the game is that, like, you can beat the level pretty early into the level, but if you go the extra mile to find all the melons, you can see the back half of the level. They're usually quite, like, not easy. They're quite intricate. Glunk. But then you have bosses in that game that make no sense. You have the guy who is literally candy. Boss Butch. Dreamland Bandit. You have the guy who is, he's literally just, you just eat him. Like, he can't hurt you, you just eat him a bunch. Then the other boss, who's invisible, you throw eggs at him. The third guy, who's a genie, you throw eggs at him. And the fourth guy, with the biggest dick-sucking lips I've ever seen, you throw eggs at him. That's it. It's just you throw eggs 3 times and they go explode. But, like, it's not hard. But then the rest of the game is just like, what? To the point. What do you mean, what? Look up Don Bongo. Look up Don Bongo. Yoshi story. And you'll see what I mean. He got them lips. What them lips do? It's a snake, Luigi. Coily Rattler. A giant snake statue revered by the people of the sky since the dawn of time. Its body lies sheathed in celestial golden armor. But the old texts say that its head lacks protection. The old texts, huh? That was an accident. How did it hit me? The fact that that hits is some bullshit. That wasn't part of the plan. Woo! I clanked it. Ah! 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 Ow. Yeah, fucker. I'm not scared of a couple rocks, dude. Die. Yeah! Cinematic finish. Not bad, streamer. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And that world went a lot faster than the last world, huh? Where next, Captain? A volcano. The 5th floating island. Endless explosions. That's always fun. We love when things blow up. Bam ba-dum, bam ba-dum. Imagine creating a boss where it can't do damage to you and you beat it by eating it. If I had ice powers. Who's got ice? You don't have ice. Huh. Oh. Fine, just go. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. That's a classic problem that this 3DS has. Gyro controls are a little touchy. That's all. The Wild D fight can still do damage to you. If you run into Waddle Dee, he can hurt you. This Cloud boss literally cannot hurt you. He just can't hurt you. You just eat him, and he heals you. So even if he could hurt you, and I'm wrong about that, he fucking heals you. There's no way you could die. Gamba? There's no Gamba. Brazy's in bed. Did he run a prediction and then didn't finish it? I'm gonna dock his pay. Whoa, 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 relax. Jesus. Do I even pay him? For editing, I do. For banning you bozos? No. Candy. No invincibility. Zoomies. Zoomies. Die. Yes. For a guy that likes Churno, he sure isn't happy about receiving $9. Makes no sense to me, dude. That's not a livable wage, but it's the Churno number. Ooh, okay. Didn't realize I could walk over them. God damn it. Alright. That's the point. He doesn't like the number. I couldn't get him. Couldn't get him on that $9 redo. A regular keychain. I can't help but feel like the rare one is at the start of the level, and I needed ice for it. I'm keeping ice. Based on that idea. I'm gonna chase that monkey. Fuck off, wheel boy. Oh, well. Monkey died. Ice is gone. Die. Begin monkey. No interruptions this time. Alright. Oh, you're a fast little fucker, aren't you? Oh. But do you see something suspicious? Yeah. I saw something suspicious. Where are you taking me? Why can I go through those? There we go. All in one. Now, you think about how much money... Think about how much money I make when you watch one advertisement, chat. I'll tell you what, the answer is not high. Ow. Not even taking into account the amount of people who use ad blocker. That's a whole different estimate. Oh. You need a lot of that ad revenue. Squeakers. Skull Lord. I have no idea who that is. Oh, Mass Attack. Okay, now I do. Powerful name. Why is there an eel in a volcano? Ow. Kinda need that, kinda need that, kinda need that, kinda need that. Ow. Well, whatever works. You know what I find fun, chat? So, with the stuff I've been looking at for the video I'm working on, there's been a couple times where I've read claims that have situation needed next to them. Which, if you don't know what that means, it means it's when something's making a claim and there's no source to back it up. And it needs a source. But it's still on the wiki anyway. So don't worry about that. Still on the wiki. Although I found one earlier today, actually, that's not situation needed. It's just marked there. I need ice. Oh shit. I need ice. Take me back out. No, okay, so you know Joshka, right? Of course you know Joshka. The talisman on her head. It's kind of hard to tell what that is. I can't really tell what it is at all. I can't tell what it says. And the wiki says that the talisman, ow, is a to-do list that was put on there by Sega. But there's no source to that. And the thing is, this is also something that I've like just kind of believed myself, but now I realize I don't know where that information came from. Great. I don't know where that information came from. Is that... There's a problem here. I need ice. Where do I get ice? Move through all the water, dude. Okay, hold on. I'm going back to the previous level and I'm getting ice. But yeah, that's just something that, like, I don't see why I could be wrong, but there's no source to it, so I don't know where that information came from. Because normally there's information to different written works where stuff comes from, but I don't have anything there. But the thing is, have you ever actually looked at Yoshika's Talisman, chat? You can't read it. That shit is unreadable. You can't read it. There is no official Yoshika art, like drawn by Zun, where you can read that shit. Sometimes it's even fucking left blank. No joke. You know what, Kirby? Maybe it's better if you kick the bucket real quick. Ow. I'm gonna get this ice. What does Ninja have? What does Ninja have that gets rid of heat blocks? Oh, well, we're here now. What? Wow. Big ass head. All right. Now we go. Let's not lose this after going through that. Right? Need the bomb. Need the bomb. Need the bomb. Need the bomb. Stand right up here, Kirby. Alright. Be very careful. Alrighty then. You can walk on water, can't you? Oh. Oh. What an extremely situational move that one is. Good. Alright, well, let's resume the mission. Joshka is blue. Sometimes. She's very pale. Ow. She's very pale. Sometimes she's blue. Most of the time, she's just normal, but she is dead, so as you can imagine, being dead doesn't do very good things to your complexion. Nope. Stab upwards, Kirby. Be the hero everyone knows you are. Now, I can't wait to get to Futo, because I'm actually wondering if there's anything to talk about with Futo, because, as you know, Hopeless Masquerade has a bit of Maybe not infamy. Maybe infamy's not the right word, but it is notorious. Hopeless Masquerade is pretty notorious art style-wise. It was the last time anybody saw Elfies. Huh. You know what I wonder? You ever wonder why Alphys decided to, like, change up his art style like that? You ever think about that? Like, legitimately. And I actually, maybe this is like, this is kind of out of line. This is a little out of line to say this, but what if the reason why Hopeless Masquerade's art is so, like, strange when it's the same guy who did the art for the other fighting games is because there was a guy who is now replicating his style very well and doing it for every Toho character. Streamer, there's no way you're blaming Diary for this. Now, think about it though for a second. Think about it. Diary is very well known for his style, which is directly inspired by Alphys. He's also very good about, like, letting people use his work as well. So maybe Alphys wanted to differentiate, create a new sense of identity. Has Diary been around that long? That's what I don't know. That is something that I don't have the answer to. But I have to assume, because Immaterial Missing Power was 2005. It was the same year as IN. Pizza, soggy pizza. It was the same year as IN in December. Hopeless Masquerade was 13.5, so it came out in 2010 at the minimum, right? The source for the to-do list thing is in Sega's Symposium article. Thank you. Thank you. I will check that out when I can to confirm it. I mean, if you're an editor on the Wikipedia, you can just do that real quick. But I will fix my script up and correct that information. Oh, bonus. I wasn't paying attention when I entered the room. That's my fault. No, the character I think who gets the most flack from Hopeless Masquerade's art style is Futo, because it makes her look like a child. Like, not like the stereotypical all Toho characters look like children. I mean, she literally looks like a child. Other characters I don't think really look that bad, but they are definitely more distinct than, they're a lot more distinct than the 7.5 and the 10.5 art, but it's all the same guy. It was probably one of those things that was more impactful back when it first happened, because there's a lot of things that happened in Toho, like when it first came out, that aren't reflective to how it is nowadays. Like, opinion on things like Nue's clothes and Hikatia's clothes. Ah, yes, my boulder sucking machine. Kirby! What are you doing? That was awful. Genuinely awful experience. Give me the big suck. The big suck. According to the fandom tab, for Byakuren, oh, yummy. Yummy stuff. Apparently the reception to Shinki's Devil Recitation was not super well received. And UFO is kind of a controversial game to begin with. But I guess some of those Some of those references were considered in poor taste and insulting. But obviously, you don't see that nowadays, right? But back when that game came out, I can only assume what it was like. I can't dig up forum posts that are like 15 plus years old in a language I cannot understand. That's a fucking nightmare task. Plain and simple. But I do wonder about like how things were back when they first like came out. I've only been around for that situation for the last couple of games when they freshly come out. And from what I've seen, there's a lot of the characters who have come out of those newer games. While some haven't been the most popular, haven't exactly been controversial in any regard. They're just boring characters. And then other ones really pop off and people really like them. That's how it's felt. I haven't seen any character who's supposedly been like Nue, where her appearance is just like, what the fuck? What is blood wearing? Soft-faced Yuma is probably the biggest one. The soft-faced Yuma, I think, might be the biggest one. That's not my Yuma. Alright, come here, mate. Yummy, yummy eel. Delicious. Shimada's design was kind of controversial. Not that I'm aware of. Her outfit was really silly looking. But I don't think anybody thought it was like... I don't think anyone thought it was weird. At least not to the degree that like she got a nickname like Freaky T-shirt Weirdo. Like, come on now. Soft-faced Yuma is hilarious, yes. But it's also very strange how Yuma was in 17.5. And then someone was like, no, it wasn't like that. And then he made her soft-faced. And then nobody else made her soft-faced. It's like the Patchy Stripes incident. Where some decided that Patchy did not have stripes. And fucking everybody else saw that Patchy had stripes. So Patchy had stripes. It was irrefutable. Alright, time to consume product. Yo, that Waddle Dee is fighting. Imagine the force of that Waddle Dee had to use to pull this out of the ground versus the force of my suction. And think about how he didn't shatter in two. Think about how that Marshmallow Man was fine until he reached Kirby's mouth, of course. She was eating oil, you go grumpy and insane too. Brother, when I get angry, my teeth don't become sharp. Just saying. Nightmare's Power Orb. Wing Kirby. Gobbler. Laser Ball. It's the boss of Orange Ocean. Amazing Mirror. Grrr. Snide's hair length's another one. Oh, don't worry, brother. Don't worry. Snide is funny to me because her hair, she has had medium short hair since her return in 10 Desires, and nobody draws it like that. No exaggeration. Nobody fucking draws it like that. Sanae's hair is much shorter in canon than any fan artist will lead you to believe, because the long-haired Sanae has just become a staple. In fact, the only aspect of Sanae's design that I think is actually like replicated in modern fan works is the shortness of her skirt, which just speaks for itself on what people are paying attention to for that character. It really does. Whoa. That is virtually it, though. No joke. Sanae's skirt like goes down. It goes down to like a full-length dress, but then it gets shorter at a certain point. But people kept all of the majority of the old Sanae designs, but didn't start putting her in a short skirt. So they were aware. They were paying attention to the design change, but they only cared about one aspect that actually changed. Oh, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Ah. These fucking mud walls, dude. I saw something that I missed, and now I have to quit the level and try again. Not shit-talking Sanai. How are you taking that as shit-talk? I didn't say anything about Sanai. I said people looked at Sanai and they perceived all of her changes and only bothered to adapt to one of them, which was her skirt length. And her eye color, actually. Her eye color was another one. Her eye color is very widely seen as green, even though she debuted with yellow eyes. But her shortened hair is just not something that people replicate. They just, I don't know why, man. They don't like it. They don't like her haircut. Necklace. She doesn't wear a necklace. Sly doesn't wear a necklace. She has a snake hairpin and the frog hair clip. Never seen her with a necklace. Over the wall. Woo! Versus eye color changed once, people freaked out. Well, they went red. To be honest, I don't even remember if her eye color has changed multiple times, but I'm pretty sure it has. Oh. Too much tilt. There we go. I wrote this information down. It will be in the video if it is the case. But yes, Marissa did have... Oh, I see what we're doing. There we go. The red eye stuff was something, yeah, but she had a couple details that have changed. Again, I wrote down a pretty good amount for Marissa because her changes are pretty interesting. The main characters had some interesting changes because they appear a lot, so there's been different aspects to them that have been done. The thing is, the subject matter for the video is not like 100% accurate to what I'm claiming it to be, but it's close enough. It's close enough, and that's all I care about. I just talk about the things I find interesting. Alright, I see what I need. Suika's hair is brown? No. Suika's sprite art in the fighting games is more akin to brown, but her portrait art is orangey red. Well, do a flip. Hair brown. No. See, there's almost always some discrepancy from the portrait art to the profile, like the profile art. And Suika's profile art makes, and I mean, look at Toa 19, right? But yeah, Suika's hair is more akin to brown in her sprite. But the orange hair, the redhead orange hair deal is what people know her as, because that's the profile art. And the profile art almost always wins, because when you immediately look at designs for characters, you don't look at fighting game sprites, you look at the portrait ones that are immediately available to you. So those are the designs that win over in the end. Ooh. Woo! Magical door. Nice. Maybe it was either brown or black. Some people draw her blue. I've never seen blue-haired Reimu. But yes, black and brown are interchangeable. And then, of course, there's purple with PC98. Flying with the wing is great. Offensively, I don't really like using it, though. Did I find the rare keychain? I don't remember. Rainbow's portrait art has been black and brown in different games. There's a lot of rainbow portrait arts to look at. Eye color differences, ribbon color differences, design changes as well, just like the way they're done. Dralcia. Was that the rare one, chat? I wasn't paying attention. That feels like the rare one because I'm pretty sure that's the main antagonist of Canvas Curse. Oh, right, the tilt thing. Yeah, Kirby and Cannon. Spinny. Prank. I love Prank. Stage 4. Alright, we can do one more stage, and then we can move on and fix Reimu. We're gonna fix Reimu and get her all donezoed, and then I can worry about the next fucker. Ow. See, I find artists are more observant about these things because, well, they have to be to accurately draw characters. Oh, I see. I see your little secret. But that's why it's interesting to see artists' interpretations of things as well, because sometimes characters aren't consistent, so they have to take some liberties with things. That said, I don't like when artists take a million liberties. There's like a fine line to it. There's a fine line to it where it stops being the same character. I need to get that key up there. Okay. Right there. It's close to an OC. Yeah. Let me tell you something, chat. Do you know what an AU is? Surely you don't. You know what that is? I can go so high. Get out of the way, damn it. Goodbye, Mr. Shell. He didn't seem to care. Ah, but you see, yeah. Wasn't exactly hidden. Alright, so an AU is an alternate universe. Now, I don't really fully understand what an alternate universe is, other than the idea that it's somebody's alternate universe is basically when they just rewrite a character to be different. Now, sometimes an alternate universe can be something like a different idea for a story. Like, what if certain characters, what if scenarios. That new Dragon Ball Z game coming out has a whole mode dedicated to creating what if scenarios, which is really cool. But in my not so professional opinion, I find that the majority of these quote-unquote alternate universes are just OCs with extra steps. Now, what does that mean? I mean, there comes a time where your what if character that established character is nothing like established character. And at that point, you've just given your OC a skin suit. No, this is my Reimu. She is not like Reimu at all. Not even remotely close to Reimu. But, you know, it's my alternate universe where Reimu is like this. No, this is your OC that you've decided to plant into an established character. Because your OC isn't interesting enough, you need another character to carry it. That's how I feel about the majority of alternate universes. This is the part where you say, so true, streamer, so true. Uh oh. And I feel vindicated. But really, it doesn't matter what you think. The only thing that matters to me about my own opinions on content I consume is what I think of them. There's a level of degree that you can interpret for characters, and I think is fine, as long as it's like not disrespectful to the point where it's just that's not the same character. That's what I don't like. I don't like when it's not the same character, but you're pretending that it's the same character. There's too many unique quirks that it's kind of disingenuous to say it's the same character. God damn it. More work. I hate work. Work's over. Anything that would be considered a good AU is not what I consider an AU, though. There are interpretations of characters that play up different aspects to them. For example, Yukari is a character who is known to be very serious and ominous and unclear. And then there are interpretations of her that make her a very overly attached lady. Or the butt of every joke. Stuff like that. Ow. Oh, I needed a thumbnail anyway. That's good. Thanks. That's my thumbnail. Getting crushed by this wall. Excellent. So there are different takes on Yukari, and obvious. Oh, that's not. Yep, that's gonna kill me. There are other takes on Yukari that aren't like really founded in canon at all, but are those considered alternate universes? I guess they are. But it's like also kind of like weirdly established for the character as well. Well, I would consider an alternate universe something like, what if Yukari, like an interesting alternate universe would be something along the lines of like, what if Marissa was the Hakude Shrine Maiden? Because there's nothing about the Hakude Shrine Maidens that's inherently hereditary. We know that. We don't know much about them, but we at least know that. So what if instead of Reimu it was Marissa? That's an interesting idea. What if you explored that? Using her character. That's the important part in the alternate universe. You're still using the same characters. You're not changing who the character is, but you're changing the settings around them. How does that influence them? I think something like that would be interesting. But an alternate universe being, what if Marissa was a jackass? My Marissa is a jackass. And of course, she is canonically lesbian. Oh, of course. Can't forget the most important part. Her sexuality. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Ow. Is there a story that actually does follow that idea? Streamer. Yeah, I know. Listen, I read a doujin once where Shanghai and Marissa had a kid. Alright? This is a doujin that I read. Do a little flappy. It's funny because Reimu was dating Sanai and Alice was dating Patchy and Marissa felt alone, and then she visited Alice's home and Shanghai was there, and Shanghai was like, I kinda dig you, Marissa. And Marissa's like, the fuck, you're a doll. And Shanghai was like, I don't see a problem with this. And then it was all okay, the end. And then they had a follow-up doujin where they had a kid. And Reimu had a kid too with Sanai. Yeah. Yeah, just like this. See, that's exactly what happened. Yep, that's what happened, and that's how they had their baby. Thank you, Kirby, for your environmental storytelling. They ship Kwakama with Shanghai. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Interesting creatures. Holding a shield up doesn't block you from, like, this wind, you know. Oh, I guess that does. They didn't like that. Whoops. You think they would give up after a while? Alright. Foolish. Very good. Oh. Oh, there you go. Easy level. Maybe you should stop shooting eggs. Okay. Good job, Kirby. You did it. Wow, fitting. Bobo. Burning Leo. Bomber. Marx's soul. How does that keychain attach? That doesn't even make any sense. Angie enemies. Angie enemies. I see them. Alright. Well, we're gonna stop now. Pause the game. Go to the map. I'm gonna get out of here. Squeak! What's the percentage at? 42%. Wow. Yeah, so I want to have more. I want to have some time to finish Reimu. So cut it a little short, but that's fine. Another successful day of Kriby. Yes, we love Kriby. At least I love Kriby. Your opinion does not matter here. Goodbye, Kriby. I'll see you another time. When? Who knows?